Well, hello everyone, and welcome to For the Love of Crits for our special Halloween episode, The Abandoned One. As you can probably tell, I'm not Anthony. I'm not level 1 DM. I am Grand Mage Garion, normally playing Graves, but today I'm gonna be running the game.
Woot woot.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, let's just start off with a little bit of introduction. Say, for those of you who haven't joined us before, I'm Garion, also known as online as Grand Mage Garion or Norag King. Been playing for a long time, and I normally play Graves in our main campaign, but tonight I am the Spooky Master. How about Alex? Let's get a little intro from you.
Sure, yeah. Alex, I normally play Herbert, but tonight I'm playing Deco, Hairless Tabaxi Summoner. We are also playing Pathfinder tonight, so it's a little different. I'm definitely out of my element here tonight, but we're all gonna figure this out together. But that's me.
Yeah, and then Josh.
Hey everyone, name's Josh. I normally play Onyx in our Cursed Estrad campaign, but tonight in this wonderful, spooky, fun time that we're gonna have, right? Fun time, not scary.
At least one of
Oh.
us will have fun.
I'll have fun.
Oh, of course. I am playing Cade, a Elven Ranger. This is my first time playing Pathfinder, so bear with us as they try to limp me forward through this.
Yeah. So as has been mentioned, we are playing Pathfinder First Edition today. We normally play 5e, but Pathfinder is my native system. I'm a lot more familiar with it, and I know a lot more scary tricks in it. So that's what we're going to be running tonight. As Josh said, it's the first time. Alex, you've played once before that I ran. I don't know if you played besides that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That's
Okay,
pretty much it right
You
there.
played one other one shot that I ran one time. So yeah. Shout outs to all the things that we're using tonight. As usual, we're playing on Tailspire tonight, and our audio will also be coming from Tailspire. For maps, we have only 2 maps tonight, but they are not my own creations. They are from the creators. This first one that we're on currently is from the creator Tailston, and the second map later on you'll see is from a creator called Low Octane Murder. Shout out to them. And say audio and maps coming from Tailspire itself. Awesome program. Playing Pathfinder by Paizo. And it is a homebrew spook up with last night. And similar to our normal warnings, it's not Cursed Strahd, but there will still be adult themes, as this is a scary thing with not just our language, but we will be exploring some darker themes. So take that as you will. Likely a mature audience. Do you guys think of any other announcements that I have missed, or are we all ready to go?
I think we are all ready to go once I
Think
go and
we're
grab my dice.
That's a good
Yes.
plan. I'll let you do
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Need some
I
dice.
forgot my dice, but they're within arm's reach too.
My dice are always within arm's reach.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, for you guys as players, feel free to use real dice, feel free to use Tailspire. I don't really care. Whatever you like. I will be rolling my regular dice to keep the suspense, as you don't know what I'm rolling. Unless I ask if it hits your AC. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay.
I think I might use a new set of dice. These
Ooh.
these are pretty nice.
I think I have that set. Maybe my wife has that set.
Man of Culture.
Yes. I might be using my glittery gold dice that I got for one of my old characters. But yes.
Map looks amazing.
I haven't
This
tried
is the one by Tailset. I was very
I'm not
impressed
to
with
look
both these
around.
maps. There's not really many spoilers on the map itself
Okay,
right now,
good.
so.
Oh.
But that being said, let us begin. In the southern reaches of the Holy Baorian Empire, 2 travelers are on a mission, sent by the magistrates and the church of their hometown, with an important missive that must reach the capital of Abath Quay before the council of the pontiff, as the end of his life draws near. They have only a few more days to reach the capital, and they must hurry along. As such, they eventually reached a village on the edge of a forest. This village, they warned them of this forest. There are many stories of the darkness and the evils that lurk within. They told them of the last person that went into this forest a few years ago was a student who fled into the forest to prove that he wasn't afraid, and he ended up murdering his older brother. But our players imagine it's likely only coincidences, old wives' tales. Besides, if they go around the forest, it will cost them nearly 3 days. They don't have that kind of time, and there is a road through. However, the village unused by the village. So they decided to enter this forest anyway. The sun is now getting low in the sky as the birds chirp eerily, whippoorwills sing, the peepers begin their songs of the night, and a wind blows through the trees. A thin layer of fog comes across the bottom of the ground. And our players find themselves walking along this trail. You guys.
So, I think you'd probably notice Haku first, because Deku is a hairless tabaxi. Well, catfolk. You gotta get the terms right. A hairless
world.
catfolk. He's got all kinds of piercings. He's got a little bit of he's got like a big black splotch on his face from like alopecia, I believe is what it's called. But he's got a very sort of he's got a bit of a sinister look to him, interestingly enough, considering what his background is. He comes from the Temple of Bayor, and he's not particularly religious, but he's very deeply ingrained in that culture. It's sort of a family thing. Anyway, but Haku is accompanying him, this serpentine creature that just sort of winds around near him and sort of leaves like a little trail of golden glittery sand behind him, and his scales are also golden colored. So very eye-catching, but out here in the darkness, he's sort of trepidatiously walking along, following in the footsteps of Cade, who is leading him through this place. Is that how you pronounce that, Cade?
Cade, yes. So Cade is a elven ranger, and the first thing you notice about him is that he is shorter than normal elves. Most elves stand pretty tall, but Cade is not much shorter than average. It's only just over 5 foot. Because of that, he has very little love for his elven kind. He ended up being removed from the elven tribe when he was very young, and kind of grew up under the leadership of another hermit out in the woods, pretty much, that taught him how to live off the lands, taught him to hone his skills with the bow, how to track animals, sense the fear, be very perceptive of everything around him. But because of that, he doesn't trust people very easily. His longer, dark brown hair, tied back in a ponytail, He's wearing a moss-colored cloak and has some black leather underneath to protect him. You see, he carries a longbow that he usually has in his hand, always ready for danger, with a quiver of arrows on his back. The short sword is crudely made, it looks like. It looks something he may have gotten pillaging. Instead, it wasn't anything high fashion or made for him specifically. And tucked away, you do see the hilt of a dagger on his belt. He steps through the area very cautiously, looking for animals that are coming out at night as he leads on through this path. He's uncomfortable in the swampy areas, so as he doesn't like the types of creatures that tend to lurk in the area.
Yes. All right. But as you guys are walking along, can you both give me perception checks?
Certainly.
Start off with a classic.
Classic.
Only the most rolled skill in the game.
They got a 16.
16.
Trying to figure out what my perception is. Let's see.
It's somewhere in your
plus
skill.
2.
Plus 2. Nice.
So whatever I rolled, I didn't see. Oh, well, I don't see nothing. I got a 4 total.
All right. So, Cade, you notice as you're being very cautious and keeping an eye out, but up ahead you do see something moving through the mist, kind of towards you. The fog looks to be some sort of humanoid, carrying a torch. As you kind of see the light of their torch kind of piercing through the fog, and eventually coming up ahead, you find once I can.
Okay, I
Not
was like,
used to
am I
DMing here.
supposed to see it?
Once I can plop it down, I'm not used to running the game on
Oh,
here.
there he is. Okay, so we'll move
See-
up further on the path.
Yes. You see what appears to be a guard wearing. It looks to be like a legionnaire in the Empire's army, likely a patrol officer on the roads, carrying a torch as he walks along. You can see as he begins to approach the area you are, and he kind of just holds up a head. It's like, "Hail, travelers! What brings you to these distant roads?"
He probably would just bow his head and step aside to allow Deco to talk.
Oh, hello there. Oh, don't mind us. We're just on a courier mission, just passing through.
Of course. I would certainly keep an eye out if I were you. Locals tell many tales of these woods. They're not the safest routes along here.
We had heard that, but we're rather capable ourselves, and Cade here can find his way through most wilderness situations. So, and Haku's always here to protect me, and this
Yeah.
golden giant snake sort of slithers up past me and sort of.
And it just like looks backwards like, yes. Magic user, I see. I imagine that you shouldn't have too much trouble then, but as I say, make sure you keep an eye. I see it's getting late as well. There is only a little ways up the road the way you are heading. There is a clearing with a small farmstead. That might be a good place for you for the night, if you wish. Both of you roll me a d20 to pick who of you I'm gonna target at the thing.
Okay. I'm actually rolling. Oh man, I rolled another 2.
Okay.
I rolled another 10. I
All
just
right,
don't have a
hey.
+6 this time.
Cade, roll me a will save.
Oh, you don't want the higher rolls.
will save. What?
This
Where do I? Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I see will. and I see a 0 next to Will.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I thought I remembered you didn't have a good one.
A 12?
Well, all right. You kind of just the wind begins like blowing, and you just hear it whistling through the trees, and it almost sounds like, if you listen closely, almost like murmuring. But that's probably just a trick. But you feel that this farmstead, this homestead, like that's a really good idea. Like you are dead convinced I have to get there, as if you have been. You can't really explain why, but you just know, like, yes, that's the perfect place to rest. We can't rest anywhere else. We have to rest there. There's no other choice.
Echo.
Yes.
Uncharacteristically so, Cade steps forward and puts a hand on your shoulder and... Well, thank you, guard. That sounds like a fantastic idea. We've been traveling a long time, but we could use the rest. Appreciate you looking out for us.
Oh, no worries. All citizens of the Empire are people I've sworn to protect. So I wish you good night then. Safe travels, and I'll be on my way.
Have fun.
With
Oh.
that, he continues walking down the path. And at this point, the mist is kind of beginning to gather more so, and he kind of just walks off and disappears into the mist.
Having fun.
That was very outgoing of you, Cade. I'm so proud of you.
I've
Although-
been watching you and figured now would be a good time to try.
You know, this is the perfect scenario for this because we're alone. There's only one person that you're standing up to, and this is a great place to sort of work those skills.
Exactly, and if it went bad, I could have stabbed him.
Sure, yes, but don't you think it was strange that we see a guard coming back from this road that they presumably don't use? Why are they patrolling this road if nobody uses it?
Lots of monsters in the dark. They don't use it, doesn't mean the monsters don't. But either
Well.
way, my feet hurt. We should probably take that guard's advice and go check out this farmstead.
Sure, why not? We might as well stay somewhere. I
As
suppose.
you finish this conversation, the fog thickens.
Yeah, I can tell.
To the point where you begin looking around,
Ugh.
and you can barely see 2 or 3 feet in front of you.
Stay close, Cade.
But
I
you
can't
begin
see you.
seeing like movement wisping around as if there's creatures all around you.
You see Cade has his bow ready and like an arrow knocked now. He draws it out. He's just looking around, checking the whispers every time he hears one as he slowly moves forward.
I'm gonna need you both to give me will saves.
Great. Is this against fear, by any chance?
Yes, I'll call this fear.
Well, I rolled a natural 1, so it's a total of 5.
Yeah.
Not liking these new dice.
You're getting all the shitty rolls out right away.
Yep.
That one.
Oh, great.
So the fog continues to thicken, and you can't see anything, but you just begin to hear rustling all through the trees. And you, even though, you can't see very far, you can see that there are shapes and creatures darting all about, and you feel that they're going to be upon you at any moment now. And your hearts just begin to quicken.
We
It
should
just
hurry.
starts up.
We should run. Can we run, please?
I can't see it blasted thing.
I mean, well, just stay close here, and I'll cast light on a coin that I have, and I'll just sort of like keep it in my palm, and like if I ever get separated, I'll open my palm and like show him the light so we can meet back up.
As you go to cast it as well, you can't even see the light from this coin. The fog is so dense.
Ooh.
As you do, you kind of just like almost feels like there's something that to lean over you, and you just hear like the air begin to flow, and you feel like something like gently brush your shoulder.
Ah!
And you turn, you kind of like say, you're like, ah, and you kind of turn and you like whip in, there's like nothing there.
Haku, stop messing with me. Oh dear. I'll try to reach out and see if I can grab onto Cade, and if I can still see him. Cade,
Move around
here.
for a minute. After a moment, you kind of do like kind of manage to find Cade. Cade, you just kind of hear him talking, and then suddenly like something's grabbing you.
Hey,
Stop!
Like,
And he like
Hey,
spins
this is
around with a
me.
dagger at his throat.
it's me, it's me, it's me. Oh, we should probably like tie a rope between us or something. This is awful. This is.
Hey,
The last thing I need is to get lost out here.
I don't have a rope, do
New,
you?
new character sheet. Who does? I assume I probably would have had a rope, right?
it's something that would make sense for you guys to have. So sure, you can have a rope.
Yeah.
It's only a couple gold to have a rope.
Yeah.
Not game breaking.
Here, I got a rope. And I'll
This is smart.
tie the rope. I'll tie the rope around my waist and then hand the other end to Cade to have him tie it wherever he'd please.
I'm gonna move you guys to a slightly different part of the path.
Sure.
Yeah. New system. Who this?
Yeah.
As you guys are bringing your rope out, the mist actually begins to dissipate. It doesn't leave entirely, but you begin to, the thick, dense mist and fog kind of leaves after a minute, and it's more back to kind of what it was before, a little bit more, just kind of like a rolling fog, like that comes up to your waist.
Well, I suppose you could just carry that rope and make sure I don't fall behind. Ooh, is that a bridge up ahead?
That is a bridge.
Looks
Well,
like it. It looks like a very ramshackle bridge.
yes,
it
it
has some
is.
Yes,
Issues?
it looks like it isn't the most used. As we approach the bridge, give me another round of perception checks. Throwing everything at you.
Can I roll higher than a 2? Can I roll higher than a 2?
Yes,
That's higher.
You did a 3?
Yeah. 18 total.
I
Nice.
got a 22 total.
Ooh.
Right. Both of you guys, as you kind of reach the bridge, you begin to hear the water kind of like there's something moving within the water, and you almost hear rattling almost, and then the water begins to drip as you look, and on either side of you, skeletons begin to rise up out of the water, if I can place it on the map properly.
Ow.
3, as you just watch they kind of just like kind of rise up, and there's like seaweed, or not seaweed, like swampy river grass. It's just like in their eye sockets and such, as the water
Pond
like
scum.
pours out of their skulls and reaches up.
Yeah. Unleash the phasers.
And with that, y'all can roll initiative.
Oh boy. All right.
I'm just gonna roll all the skeletons together for ease.
I got a 15.
I also got a 50.
What? Wow.
Ooh.
What's your dex?
Uh,
What's your dex score?
My initiative
Probably higher.
is a 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a +1. So.
Or-
Yeah.
With that, you guys easily beat the skeletons initiative. So, that means I'll leave it up to you guys who wants to go first between you guys. But combat begins with the two of you. That guy's standing on some cattails. There we go.
Hearing them, I probably would have just whipped around and loosed the arrow that I had knocked anyways. I was already
Okay.
on edge, so I'll whip around and shoot my longbow at the closer
Alrighty.
one.
One here, the archer one right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So +5, so 15 to hit.
15 to hit. You kind of like fire your arrow, you kind of whip around, and it just goes straight between two of its ribs and splashes into the river.
Oh no. I reevaluate and book it across the bridge.
Right? That everything from Cade.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Deco. I keep wanting to call you Deku.
That's fair. Okay, so I'm trying to find. Oh, 20. Oh, my snake is slow. Well, I think Haku is just gonna. Well, let's see. I can only see 2 from where I am, right?
There's
That's
another
all that we've seen.
one over here.
Oh, there's one there. Okay.
Yeah, on the other side.
Well, in that case, I think that I will. Okay, so my summon has its own sort of initiative, right? Like, so it gets its attack and movement.
Yeah, it acts
And-
independently of you.
Okay.
Like you as a player get to control it, and like in game you can be like, "Hey,
Right.
Haku, go do this." But
So I'll say, Haku, get the isolated one first. And I'll run over, because I have 30 feet, so that's
Yep.
4, 6. I'm gonna run over here, and I think I'm gonna try an acid splash, or acid spray, is it right?
acid splash, yes.
Acid splash, okay.
Yes. So that is a ranged attack roll. So you're gonna get your base attack bonus, which I think for you is a 0
Should be.
at level 1. You're not
The
a
sheet says I get a +4 bonus against touch AC.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
what that means.
So yeah, +4 is what you're gonna be rolling.
Okay. Well, that's an 8 total.
And 8 is it's against touch AC, which is normally pretty low, but it's probably going to be above a 10.
Yeah,
still.
probably gonna be.
Yes.
Yeah.
The acid also just kind of splashes, and you just hit some of the cattails there, and they just kind of like it goes through the center of the stalks, and they kind of just burn off and splash into the water beside, and water just splashes onto the skeleton's face. As it kind of just turns to look at you, and like water just like pours down from the eye sockets.
I don't think they're impressed. Get him, Haku. And he's gonna do. Let's see. He can do a. Let's see. Base attack. It just says +1. So.
Yeah, it'd be that
Oh.
plus his strength modifier, such for his attack rolls. Yeah,
So
his
I'm
bite
gonna-
is like a +4 to hit, or his sting, or
Yes.
his.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with a bite here because he already moved,
Yeah.
right? So he can only do
Yes.
1.
Yes, bite's a good one. With a
10?
+4 on roll.
10
10
total.
will not do it.
Damn it.
Those dice aren't doing you any favors.
No, they're not.
Say as Hockey
Um,
just like slithers over and goes to bite as he does, but he just kind of like trips over a rock almost, or not quite trips, like he hits a rock in the bottom of the water, just kind of jolts, and his bite just goes flung over, and he snaps down on the cattails, almost where you hit it with the acid, but not quite.
All right. I think that's it for me.
All right, time for the skeletons. one skeleton is going to spend its full turn to get over up to Cade, drawing a battered and like rusted scimitar as it does. This one is going to draw a short bow and fire over at Cade with a natural 2.
We like those.
Not gonna be high enough. And then the third one, like the water dripped from its eyes, and then it just turns and just slashes at Haku with its scimitar first for a 10.
AC's 15.
And then it will also then, in its other hand, just whip its hand across its clawed, bony fingers.
Get out of here.
For a total of -1.
Yeah, that'll miss.
All right, that's the skeletons. Back to Cade. No
right.
one's hitting anyone yet.
So Cade is going to take his short sword out and oh no you don't, and try to swipe around the neck to sever the head from the spine. We shall see what happens. 17?
17
No,
will
18.
do it.
18.
18 will do it as you nick onto its bones. Let's see some damage.
4 damage.
And it's a short sword, so it's slashing, correct?
I would assume so.
I would.
It's the same as
assume
5e.
piercing.
Although,
Oh.
piercing, you
Ah.
have favorite enemy too, don't you? That
I do.
adds the +2 to attack and damage.
I do. 1d6 plus what? Why is it having 1d6 plus 1d6? Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because it crit when I rolled it. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
So yeah, four damage, but yes, they are my undead are my favorite.
Okay. Is the 4 including the +2 from that then?
No.
Okay, so 6 total. All right. So you see, you kind of slash neck, and a slight scratch appears, but not as much as you'd expect. As you imagine, bones aren't the easiest thing to cut. They might be a little bit easier to smash.
Yeah.
But it still did do some damage. Anything else from Cade?
I don't think so at this time.
All right, Deco, back to you.
All right. Well, man, what does this guy do? Okay, I don't have much for offense myself, so I'll try another acid splash
Nice.
on the guy closest to me. Oh, well,
Yep.
that's a 22 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
So that is 1d3 points
Yes.
of acid damage. So roll d6, 1 point of acid damage.
All right, you hit some of its ribs, and they begin to kind of burn, and a few of them snap off. As it's only one hit, but it still seems to be like it's not bloody, but like that's still like fairly damaging to this thing. But it still just, as some of the ribs snap, it just like once again cracks its head towards you, and the last couple drops of water fall out. And then you see something flopping in its skull, and then you see like a little fish jump out of the eye socket as it stares directly at you.
So can I move since I haven't moved already?
Yep.
Or okay, so yeah,
Yep.
you can move after your action.
Yeah, you just can't move before and after.
I will clamber over these rocks and try to get some cover over here.
Good plan. Good plan.
Then Haku's already attacked. Well, no, he hasn't. He hasn't
Not this
attacked
turn,
yet.
no.
Okay, he is gonna go for a bite,
Mhm.
and this he can do a full
Yes, he
attack,
can.
right?
You can.
So he's got a bite and a sting. So, ooh, a 19 on the die. So that's 23
Well, that's gonna do it.
to hit. So that's a d6 plus I grab him. Ooh,
Yes.
I got a 6 on
Decent.
the die.
6 in the
So
deck
that's-
damage, and he is piercing as well, correct?
I doesn't say actually. So
Bites are
I would assume.
piercing.
Okay.
All right. It also, same as the short sword, doesn't need to be quite as effective as you imagine, but he still kind of like grabs on to the other side of the ribs and snaps a bunch of them off as well. And then you can grab him. So make a
So
CMB attempt
yes.
with your grapple bonus.
So my grapple bonus is +6.
Yes.
Wow. All right. I'm starting to roll well again. That's
Nice.
23 total.
Ooh, I'm assuming it's CMD. Oh, easily. As say, you snap off and crush those ribs, but as he does, his jaw latches around the spine of this thing, and you've grappled it. That being said, you still have a sting attack.
I have a sting attack. I think I'll go ahead and try the sting attack, although I don't hold out much hope for it. That's a 21 to hit.
And that does it. And this one is bludgeoning.
Is it bludgeoning?
Yeah, it is.
Excellent. So yeah, it's 3 damage total.
3, well, that'll do it. As he just bites down onto this thing's spine and holds it down. And he's a serpentine-like creature, and they can coil around. And he just begins to kind of like wrap himself up like a coil, and his body just smacks into the skeleton, and it just shatters, and bones go flying.
Oh, nice job.
It has been destroyed. Let me remove it. Anything else from you?
That is going to be it.
Alrighty. Back to the skeletons. Melee dude swings. That is going to be a 19 total to hit Cade.
Oh yeah, that that will hit.
Yep.
For 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Watch out.
And then the archer. Another natural 2. It's not going to do it.
Nope.
But the archer will then begin to move itself up onto land. And that'll bring us back to Cade.
So Cade sees a drop off here, right? Right, oh, that's not it. Right here?
Yes. Kind of drops into the water there, a few feet.
Cade will try to shove the skeleton into the drop off.
Alright, so that would be push maneuver.
Push. The CMB.
Yes,
Roll
so it'll be a
CMB.
CMB. So how combat maneuvers work in this, you roll your CMB against CMD. If you don't have the feat or that specific type, you do take an attack of opportunity for attempting it.
Ah.
Because you aren't trained in how to do it. So you can attempt it, but he will be able to make an attack of opportunity against you if you do.
Gotcha. In that case, I'm just gonna again try to remove his head then.
Okay.
So that is a sadly only a 13.
13 will not do it. As you once again just swing and it just steps back slightly and its jaw just gapes open as it does.
Yep, and yeah. Stuff. Trying to pull him up.
They learn a new system.
I think that's all I can do right now.
Okay. Deco.
So this guy's the guy in front of Cade has taken a bit of damage, yes?
Yes, he has been damaged.
And what was the range on Alchemist Fire again?
It's a 10-foot to throw, but you can throw it another 10 feet past that at a -2 penalty, another 10 past that at an additional -2, etc.
And what's the range of my Acid Splash?
Acid Splash is, I believe, 30 feet.
30 feet, okay.
Or 20, or no, it'd be 25. It's close range of 25 plus 5 per 2 level, so 25 feet right now.
Okay, so I will position myself out here and see if I can be in range. I think. Oh, that's wrong. Hang on. Ugh. That's 35 feet away from there.
Uh,
And I've used 5 feet of
only
movement
five.
to move
Only
here?
5. Yeah.
Okay. So I will sneaky beaky 10 more feet out there.
Okay.
And I should be within 30 feet now.
Oh yeah.
And I'll just go ahead and acid splash that guy.
Okay. The archer one.
Yes, the one
Yeah.
that's on the way here. So 22.
That does it.
Oh wow! I rolled a 6, so that's 3 points of acid damage.
Ooh, there you go. As you just kind of like hit, and you actually hit the skull itself, and it just burns away half the skull, and you just see like the cavity, and it's just like acid now, just like dripping from like the nose, and just like burns through the teeth and drips to the ground.
Oh, that's metal as hell. And I will sneak back behind cover because I think this is as far as I can get here, right?
Can't split your movement.
Oh, I can't split my movement. I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
All right.
it's a difference.
Yeah.
All right, you got Haku still.
Oops. All right. So Haku is going to slither on up. Is it going to cost him extra movement to climb up
I'll
there?
say 1 extra square.
Okay, so he can get up to here then.
Yeah, which is where he needs to be.
Yep. And he's going to try and bite.
Alrighty.
Well, actually, can he just go straight for a sting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to go for a sting because the bite hasn't been working too great.
Mhm.
Oh.
Hey!
Dropping dice.
I rolled a 17 on that though.
Hey, that's gonna do
So,
it.
Yeah, 21.
Excuse me.
And the sting is D4 plus 1, so 4 points of whatever bludgeoning damage.
Yes, and with that, so Haku slithers on up. As he does, he kind of just like spins around and smacks the back of the skeleton. And Kid, you just watch as it explodes into like bones before you and just drops to the ground. As it is also been defeated. Only one
Good.
remains.
Hallelujah.
I'm covering you.
But it is that skeleton's turn. As it is going to back up this way 5 feet. And then it will take a shot at the one who just took its head off.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's probably gonna hit.
Yeah, probably. Just gonna see its bonus. I'm pretty sure it will, but I'm gonna see its bonus. So that is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
For 1 point of damage.
How dare you make me bleed my own blood?
That's so scary. 1 damage. Okay, they're just skeletons. That's its turn. As it just pulls another like arrow that's like doggy with like just dripping like gross swamp water from its like shaft that like looks like it could snap apart at any moment of how wet the wood is.
Oh man, I think I got an infection.
And back to Cade.
Cade looks at the skeleton and goes, oh yeah? How about this? This arrow has Teemo's name on it. And then shoots the rock behind him because that's a nat 1.
You just go and like the fire, and just your bow becomes unstrained. You're like, and you just like the arrow just kind of falls off. You're like, I just begin like restringing it. No additional action. That's just flavor. But you're like, oh no, restring the bow.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Cade, or not
is
Cade,
having
Deco.
issues.
Oh,
Apparently,
But yeah, Teemo says hi, by the way. And that
nice.
he's jealous that he thinks you may be stealing somebody.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. I'm stealing somebody?
No, to Arian.
Oh.
oh, and someone's.
Yeah,
Oh, please. I don't
there's someone
think
in the
I actually-
chat.
There's somebody in the chat.
Oh, what?
No way.
We
Um,
have a chat
It's a
person?
Telgarian piece
Yo!
of frig from Timo.
What? Burned! It's Burned! Oh, now I get the Timo reference. 'Cause I was like, I don't think Josh plays League, as far
Nope.
as I know.
Deku.
I now
Fires
know what's
off.
going on. Oh, frig you, Bernard. Go.
Deku fires off an acid splash and probably misses with a 10. But Haku is gonna follow up and go, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, nice, I can actually reach him.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go for a a stinger attack. That misses, so 10 again.
Yeah, that's
Man, what
another
is this
miss.
guy with 6s, man? I've rolled like 5 6s.
2s and 6s are the rolls tonight.
Yeah.
I've had 2 nat 1s already.
It's scary because you guys are missing your attacks, but then it's not scary because the enemies are too.
Yep.
Uh,
But
Welcome
that's
to
it for
damage,
me.
thank you.
all right. Well, it's its turn. It will, having an enemy right in front of it. What are these getting intelligence?
Oh
Let
wait,
me
I was
see
gonna
this.
move. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. These things are completely mindless. So it doesn't really know strategy that well. So it's going to just continue to, as you know, Deku kind of move behind cover. He will drop his bow, pull out a scimitar, and swing it at Haku. It's probably going to be a miss. Yeah, that's an 8. And that's all it can do because it used its move action to draw a new weapon. So that's back to Kate.
Alright. Kate is getting irritated. Is there a large rock on the ground? Like,
Yeah,
Base
yeah,
size?
that's reasonable.
he just picks it up, runs over, and tries to just smash the skeleton's face in.
Okay, okay. That's
Because,
doable.
Clearly,
It
his
is-
weapons are useless.
Yes. It is a -4 on the attack for an improvised weapon, but you can do it. And it's a sizable one, so you get
Whatever.
it does decent damage.
Whatever.
You roll a natural 20, that's what you need.
Pretty much. Is it no, like, strength modifier or anything?
Yeah, still like base attack with strength, so for you it'd basically be a total of a -3 on the attack. That's like your total. Oh, -1 because your favorite enemy was your total modifier.
Cool. I got a 6 total.
You go and you just whip the rock at its face.
Flash
kinda
in the water behind
you go,
it.
you go to hit it in the face, but it turns to look at you, and you just see the half of the skull that's been removed, and just go straight through that part,
That section.
into the water, just, and you're like, Frank.
Kate is having a bad day.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
Deco.
All right. Well,
Excuse me.
I think that I will go ahead and run out and risk. Well, actually, hang on. I can get a little. Can I get like half cover if I stand
Yep.
there? All right.
That is big enough for half cover, which is a partial cover. It's a thing.
Nice. All right. He's within the 30 feet, so I'm gonna go with an acid splash.
Yep.
Ooh, 20 to hit.
Ooh, that'll do it.
1 damage.
Well, that one will do it. How would you like to do this?
I would like to. I'll call up to Kate and I'll say, "Don't worry, Hako and I can handle this." And I'll throw out the acid splash and have it land like in the base of the skull where it was like emptied out, and then just sort of
It's
melt
like
through the
down.
spine and everything.
Okay, you at one point just saw Haku up and just smash the skeleton and just exploded in your face. Now you're here just throwing rocks past this one.
Oh no.
And then acid just kind of, and it just,
Yep. And
This
any
thing.
bones
It's right
left
in front
over,
of you.
I'm just picking them up and chucking them out into the water. Fuck this stupid piece of shit. Oh yeah. Timo would like to know why you left him, Deco.
because
I
he
left him?
lives in the frick
Oh,
town, Monkey
yes.
Town, And I live in the cool Annapolis Valley. He's
This is an alternate universe deco, by the way.
yes.
This is a summoner deco, not a hexblade warlock deco.
Oh, dude, Hexblade's so fun.
It is fun, dude.
And so yeah, I was about to say I have Hexblade in one of my games, but you're in that game. Anyway,
Just quick little aside. We had a boss fight the other day, and I crit twice in a row on an attack and then an opportunity attack, and I did like almost 50 points of damage in those 2 attacks at level 3.
ah, that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But all right, the skeleton kind of just crumbles or melts to the ground, and there's this little bit of sizzling acid left on the path in the bottom of the mist. You can kind of see a green glow almost among the mist and the fog. But for now, you're safe.
Cade, I think I'm dying. I'm bleeding.
I turn to him and look him over.
He's got like a knife on his shoulder. It grazed him.
Oh, well, I'll be all right. I can soldier on. We should probably find some shelter.
He like stares at you. It turns back and starts kicking more bone fragments back down into the water.
You know, maybe we shouldn't rest in this forest for tonight, but perhaps we should just soldier on through. Do we really need to rest at that farm? Maybe we could just sort of book it and try our luck.
And have a chance of running into more of these fucking stupid pieces. As he kicks more bones into the water.
I just mean, you know, if we're awake, at least we would see them coming. Hopefully.
Yeah, but if we wait till day, we can see him coming a lot better than in this fog-covered night.
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, you are the expert, I suppose.
Plus, I mean, you said it yourself. You're dying.
Well, yeah, I would certainly have loved to have a rest, but I mean, well, anyway, we should probably get moving, right?
He kicks one last bone. Yeah, you're right. He starts heading up the path.
Right.
Is the fog still super thick?
The fog is kind of receded closer to how it was when you first got here. It's still like foggy, and it's kind of like rolling around the like ground, kind of like up to waist level. But you can see above it at this point. But the sun is getting very, very low, and it is very dark at this point. There's a bit of moon in the sky, probably like multiple moons. There are actually 5 moons in this world, but they're not all full.
Holy cow.
At any given point, one of them probably is, though. But yes, there are 5 moons here. So there's the various moons are beginning to crest at various stages. So it's not, while it is dark out now, like there is like sunlight. But you continue along this path, leaving the river after another minute or so. Continue through the fog until eventually, after about 10 or so minutes, you come to a clearing. Let's try and summon you to this board now. And I'm still not sure how to pull the tokens over, so I guess we're gonna slap them back down again. Same thing as before.
Okay.
I guess forgive me for not having DM'd on here before.
You're doing a great job, by the way.
Oh, I thank you.
These maps are tight.
Right? See, I found these ones and I was like, these ones gotta be it.
Oh my gosh. What is this? What is this filter doing to like the expanse?
I tried to make it look creepy. With filters and such, so.
Succeeded.
Good.
Station. Yeah.
All right. So yes, you emerge. Why is there a random zombie well below the map.
Oh, we can't see that.
He's digging his
Yeah.
way up so that he'll spawn eventually.
All right.
And
So
apparently. But yes, so you emerge into this clearing. You see a homestead. There's this. You see a farmhouse. The mists are still kind of rolling, but they kind of succeeded a little bit. So you see a farmhouse up ahead, as well as a small little shed that you see a chimney coming out of, maybe a wood shed, a smithy, something along those lines. And then there's like a bit of like a kind of field out back as well. Yeah, main house, secondary little spot, and a field back here.
nope. Let's get going. We're told by the guard we'd be welcome.
I mean, welcome. Is there anyone here?
No.
Give me a perception or survival. I'd allow either.
All right. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Perception is gonna be better. That is my first nat 20, so 26 total.
Nice.
So, looking around, you see no lights on inside. The field looks like it hasn't been tended in many years. The house looks old and cobweb filled, but still standing. You don't see any real signs of many people, except you do see coming from the house what appears to be like there's a set like going to and a set going from the house, but they're matching. Maybe boots or something, like a heavy boot of some kind, but like it looks like it's been like dragging its feet, whatever it is, through the dirt. But that's the only signs of any sort of life you see.
Are the lanterns lit outside like we see?
Are the lanterns there? There's
They're on the map.
yeah.
I don't think there's
There's
any way
like-
to turn them off.
there's
until
like some-
there, so.
Yeah, there's like a little bit like burning embers that look like at one point there was in there, and there's a slight glow coming off it, but not fully lit.
And I'm assuming I'm still under the same conviction
Yes.
I was before. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Hey, perfect. We get the place to ourselves. And I just I knock on the door and slowly push it open. Hello.
The door does not open.
I knock on the door and slowly put more and more pressure on the door. Oh, it's locked.
It is indeed locked. Door is locked.
What about the windows? Are they paned with glass or are they open?
You have eyes, go check.
I'm
the
looking.
windows, they are pane glass, but it is like a thick pane, and they do appear to be boarded up as well, unlike on the map.
Ah. Well, I suppose we could. Do you know how to pick a lock? I'm not sure that I do.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have disable device as a skill? Do you have any ranks in it? Because you do need to be trained in that skill to use it.
I don't have a check, but it is a +4. Like my total
Yeah.
is a 4.
Which is just from your dex, I assume, right? You don't have like a rank in it,
Correct?
right?
Right.
The skills with little stars like that one. If you don't have a rank in it, you can't use it because you need to have training to use it.
Okay.
So you cannot pick the lock.
I
Now, there's other ways to get into places besides picking locks. But
I can always do this. And I take the hilt of my sword and smash the glass of the window.
there is still the boarded, wooden boards up over it as well.
Yep. And then now that there's no glass behind it, I'll start yanking at the boards.
You think you could? It will take a significant amount of time to do so. You think?
That's fine. I mean, got no place else to be except here, right?
Right, I'll have Haku take a look around as well, and I think I can link my senses to him, can't I? Or something?
Yes,
No, it's
I
life
think
link.
he can.
Oh, that's later.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's a later thing.
He can communicate with you still
He
though,
can
so you can
communicate,
still
yeah.
he's intelligent. He can just
Yeah.
communicate to you what he sees.
And I just have to make sure that he doesn't go more than 100 feet away from me. So that'd be
This
20.
pretty much this area is probably
Yeah,
fine.
so he could go all the way around the building.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
All
So
right.
he'll do a patrol and
All
report
right.
back
Give me a perception from him.
from him. Okay.
Yeah.
His perception is +4. 9.
9. So he sees that other building. There is actually a slight puff of smoke that come out of the chimney of the other building.
Oh.
But he also sees over in that field. He thinks he sees movement, and he looks over, and for a second he sees a little girl kind of run past through the field over towards what looks to be an elderly man, kind of like old and like hunched over a little bit. But they're both completely transparent, and then they vanish.
I mean, I don't know if Haku is phased by that, being a spiritual sort of being himself, but yeah, it's definitely noteworthy. So he will, once he does his loop, he'll just do the full loop around and then come back, and he'll communicate that to me, and I'll go, Cade, I think someone might be in the building next door. There's smoke coming out of the chimney, and also there's ghosts.
He wipes his brow from the sweat since he's been pulling out these boards. And, wait, what? What do you mean, ghosts?
Well, I guess it's not that surprising considering we just fought some skeletons, but there was like a young girl and an older man in the field, and they sort of, you know, the girl ran to the man and then they vanished. And they were just see-through, so it's either some sort of intricate illusion or some sort of dearly departed spirit that hasn't been able to move on. I'm not exactly trained in that sort of exorcism, but, you know, if anything physical were to attack us, I think Haku could handle himself. But
Said something about the building next door.
yes, there's smoke coming from the chimney.
Good eye. I don't want to break in here if there's witnesses around.
Yes, that's what we should be worried about, is witnesses. I mean, maybe they have some food or something. A bit hungry, if you ask me.
After you, my friend.
Well, Haku's gonna sidle up right beside me by the door, like out of view initially, and I will step up and knock on the door. Hello, anybody home?
No response, just the continuing wind through the trees.
Well, maybe someone was here recently and they just left the fire on. I'll try the door.
The door opens.
Yeah, this one's a lot easier to break in. Nice.
Oh, yes, look at this. We could just stay here. This would be more convenient, wouldn't it? What do I see inside?
As you open, you see a workbench and you see tongs. There's an anvil nearby. There's farm equipment, and you see kind of like a smithy at the far end with like some like smoldering embers that you believe to be the source of the slight smoke.
Is it cold out? Outside?
It's chilly. It's chilly.
I could go for a fire. Although it seems like it could get awfully warm in here very quick. It's very, very small space.
Give me.
Are there any bludgeoning weapons here? Or is this just like a set piece here? This
It's partly set piece, but you could find You could find things that would function as clubs.
Okay. I think I would like to grab something that I can use as a club.
Yeah, you can pick up like a
Yes.
hammer or like just like a chunk of metal. Clubs literally cost 0 gold. You could like use sticks as clubs. So
Yeah.
clubs are very easy to just be like club.
I have a club.
Yep.
Nice. Yep. So
Um,
yeah.
As you
So-
are doing that, give me perception checks again.
Oh.
Not the most
Boy.
rolled skill in the game for nothing.
18.
18?
Pretty sure this is a 16.
16.
Yeah.
All right. You both, as you're kind of picking up like hammers and chunks of metal to use as clubs, you hear like a moaning. And at first you think it might be the wind, but then it suddenly gets closer and it almost sounds as if it's something below you.
Are you really dying?
I mean, I feel okay right now.
Because it's really just a scratch, so I'm just curious why you're moaning.
Oh, that's not
As
me.
you say that, suddenly like a slight green glow begins to emanate through the floorboards. And then just rising up between you two, it's just like the spectral green face of a like savage-looking orc with massive tusks, but like a massive scar across his face, and his eye is gone. As he does, he just kind of his face rises up, and then the mouth opens, and you hear a snap as it opens impossibly large, like that of a serpent. And it just lets out a blood-curdling scream, and I need you to make will saves.
I also let out a blood-curdling scream, but it's a different kind.
Will. Okay.
Ooh, well,
I'm,
that's my first natural 20 for 21.
Ooh, that auto success.
Nice.
10.
All right, Cade, you are terrified of this thing, and you're in a frightened condition for a total of 3 rounds. As a frightened condition, you cannot approach this thing, and you have to try to get away from it.
Okay.
Does
You hear my
Haku need to
scream
roll?
that's
Haku
higher
does,
than
yes.
yours.
Well, that's still pretty good.
Yeah,
So let's see what
Deco thought
Haku gets.
he was a great screamer, but Cade just lets out this like little girl scream and starts turning to Rod.
So he got a 19 on that save.
He is also fine. The two of you, like, you're just like Deco and Haku are like disturbed by this. And there's just this like crazy orc face, like screeching at them. But you're not frightened or afraid of it. You're disturbed.
It's like
But Kay just begins bolting out the door.
okay, no.
And this face is still there screeching.
Are we like in initiative, or should I? Just...
We're not like initiative, so we're saying
Okay.
for like 30 seconds or so, you just bolt.
Ah!
It's just a specter. It's okay. Go. No, come back.
The orc face just turns to look at you and just stops for a second and then just lets it like a guttural roar at you.
That's rude. And I'll chase after Cade and try to make sure that he doesn't get too far.
He probably makes it like just past the tree line before he's like just kind of stops his breath and you're no longer frightened.
Okay.
You're probably still like scared of it, but you don't have the condition anymore.
I turn back and so main house, main house.
Yeah. Why don't we head on over to the main house?
Give me one more perception check, Deco.
Okay. Okay. Well, I missed the tower, but I still got in the thing. So, 9.
9.
9.
One thing you did notice in there, as you saw the orc appear, his face, in the embers, there was a skull that had its jaw snapped and large teeth.
Maybe I can bring this creature to rest if we dispose of its remains or something. I've heard of something like that happening. So yeah, having noticed that, I think I would run back and try and see if I can grab that skull, like gingerly and just respectfully, and just sort of pick it up and.
Okay. As you walk back in, it kind of like comes through the floor again and screeches at you again. You don't have to save again, but it's still just there screaming at you.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, sir. I hate that this is your fate currently, but hopefully I can do something about it.
As you go to pick up the skull, you notice that there is actually something like through the eye socket, like kind of in the eye socket, there is a key.
Oh, it's a key. Well, that could be useful. Maybe it's for that main house. I'll pocket the key and keep the skull separate.
Okay.
And I will leave if the specter lets me.
Yeah, it's just screaming at you. It isn't doing anything else.
I'm going to find a loose patch of dirt and try to dig a hole.
Okay. Probably the loosest dirt is like the field, but you can try somewhere else if you wish as well.
Trepidatious about the field, being alone. So I think, well, first off, I would communicate to Cade. Cade, I have a key. It might be for the front door.
I'm ignoring you, just yanking on the boards of this window. I want in this house. I want to get away from that screaming. So I just kind of throw my hand down and kind of wave you off and keep pulling at the boards.
Oh, all right. I will go ahead and come on over, and I'll hand the key to Haku and say, wait, actually, no, he doesn't have any hands. He's
Yeah, right.
So I will go ahead and try the key in the door and see if it unlocks it.
He fits.
All right. Well, see you inside whenever you're ready. I'll be right back, and I'll let's see. Is there any? You know what? I think maybe I want to stay close to the building, so I think I'm gonna just try and bury it pretty close, like here,
Yep.
like. So I'm just gonna like. What do I have? I think I have a staff.
Yeah, so you can spend a few minutes. You can't do like a full deep grave, but you can spend a few enough to get a skull buried.
Right. Yeah. It's
Spend
not
like
a
5-10
6
minutes.
foot, not a 6 foot by 6 foot grave.
Yeah,
or
just like
anything that, but-
enough for a skull. It takes like 5-10 minutes to kind of do and fill back in.
Kate
you-
rips
I will-
off another board and looks over at the door, and like the shoulders just slump a little.
I'll say a little prayer and just like whatever, funeral rites that I've been taught at the temple, and then I will continue inside once that's all done.
Alright. You guys head on inside. As you go in, you come into like this first room, and it's kind of like a living room den like area. You see like a few barrels of storage. There's another door. There's like a little desk with like some books on it. There's say like some silverware and cutlery nearby. Not a full kitchen yet, but you can say like some stools. I think there's a fireplace in there. Is there? No. There's that goat token is meant to represent a goat head dismounted on the wall. Oh, there is a fireplace. It's a rocking chair. And it's in nice condition, but it's like covered in dust and cobwebs.
Well, I think it's safe to say nobody's been here in a while. So why there's embers in the lanterns, that's creepy. Is there anything interesting on the desk or anything like that?
There's some books and like some like letters and such. Would you like to take a look at them?
Oh heck yeah!
Alright.
I'll set down my coin with the light spell on it next to the on the desk so that
Okay.
we can see.
It is fine now that you're not in that big thick fog.
Yeah.
All right.
have to read
You
it
go
or
and you
anything?
kind of like pull out one of these books, No, you look at them and like you look at these letters in these books, and they're not in the common alphabet. As you look, they're in strange runes that like go in columns, and you believe this to actually be the ancient Dynamese script, a people who were wiped out nearly 5,000 years ago.
Would
Crazy man lived here. I mean, look, it's not even legible.
Oh, that's Dynamese.
Dynamite? What's that?
Oh, Dynamese. It's the language of the dynamo, I believe, or
They were
The
also called the
people.
Dynamese, yeah.
the Dynamese. Yes.
Yeah.
There were these powerful beings called the Dynamo that had this sort of culture to their own sort of people that worshipped them and sort of regarded them as, gods or something. And this is what they wrote and spoke in long, long time ago. Been largely defunct in recent years due to Bayor and his influence on the continent. Or Isle, I should say.
Useful when you play another game in the same world, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I know this.
I know lore. I can just say lore. I don't have to roll for it.
Yeah.
All right, well, still
I-
useless.
Sort of, I guess. At least it tells us something that is related to Dynamese, which is curious, but we'll need to know more to figure out what's really going on.
What are you trying to open there, Cade? Door?
That door. Yeah. Well, let's go check out the rest of the house then.
You open
Plus,
the door.
I want to know. I want to find a bed.
Excuse me. All right. So you open the door, and it leads to a kitchen. You see there's an ice box directly ahead of you, and then there's like a knife on the counter, and like on the counter looks to be some sort of like tanned, like not quite tanned, like hide of some sort. It's like large and kind of just like folded over slightly, kind of just like thrown onto the counter.
Do I recognize the hide, being a ranger that I am?
Give me a. What skills do you have?
I have survival. I have perception. I have knowledge nature.
Give me a knowledge nature. That sounds like it'll work.
18 total.
18. That's not an animal hide.
Look at
As
that.
you look and you kind of look at it from a few feet away, you see that it's actually the mostly intact upper half of a human male. But you see that the bottom half, the legs, are just like shredded.
Ooh.
Deco. I'm not sure what kind of people live here, but not good people.
And I point
Yeah.
to the leather, and
Yeah.
like that's not a,
Ugh.
That's a human.
That is horrible. That is. Yeah, Deco is kind of in shock from that. He's like, it almost doesn't seem to affect him, but he's just sort of staring off in the middle distance. Like, great. So either whoever lived here was awful, or whoever moved in afterwards was awful too.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something along those lines.
Either way, awful person was here.
So we're not like sleeping here, are we? Like this sounds like, I mean, it seems like a bad place to stay for the night, if I'm being honest.
I mean, it's a shelter. I mean, it's been dusty, so I mean,
Is
Why
that
not?
skin dusty too, like everything else?
yeah.
Uh, it hasn't been tanned or anything, and it's not like rotting yet. So you know, it hasn't been like a
Nope.
long time, but like the
Nope.
blood has like dried at least. So it wasn't like just flayed. But it's not super old either. It could be
Nope.
up to a few days.
I would say that nobody's been here for at least a few days.
So they're on like a weekend vacation and they're due back anytime.
Well, if it was a weekend vacation, we still got a couple days, right?
I guess. Maybe we should set something up here, like some sort of early detection system. Maybe like a something behind the door that'll like knock over and make a loud sound if we're like not paying attention.
No, we put Snake Boy in front of the door so that they can't open the door, and then he can let us know if somebody's trying to get in.
I mean, he can look out for us tonight, close by, but, I think I would like a little bit more warning. I mean, what about these dishes? Are there dishes here?
Yep, there's some dishes up like above the counter.
I'll close the door behind us. I can't click on it for some reason.
I gotcha.
But I will stack some plates up, like leaning against the door, so that if the door opens, they'll flip over and like clatter on the ground.
As you go to reach over the counter, you suddenly just hear like, and then the leather just like shoots up into the air and just whirls around and then just kind of floats, and like the empty eye sockets of like this skinned, flayed human male with his legs, like the lower half just trailing into shreds, just looks, he's like, ugh. And that's when we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
Right.
That's good, because that energy drink is running right through me.
Same. I make that mistake every time I play tabletop.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
We should have called the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes, everybody, to see about this breaded skin.
All right. See you shortly.
back, everybody, as we continue to see how our, maybe not heroes, maybe victim. That's a word I like.
Wayward travelers.
Yes. See how they fare in the abandoned one, as they have just come across the shred skin. And with that, y'all can roll initiative.
All right.
Oh boys.
I should probably give it a token too once I see what its initiative is. Okay.
17.
Nice.
I got a
nice.
5.
Oh.
All right. We're gonna use this, even though it's not actually spectral.
Kind of cool token.
Yeah. But all right, with that, Cade is first.
Cade is gonna try to cut this piece of leather into strips. He's gonna
Okay.
take his short sword out and start swinging away.
Okay.
I'm assuming
excuse me.
it's undead.
Yes, it is.
Does an 8 hits.
No. You just swing, and you're just like, ah! Swing your sword, but just
Moving too quick.
is it just like kind of like because it's like completely hollow. It's just the skin, and it just kind of like flaps in the wind, and as it does, it just kind of folds in on itself with the way the wind blows, and your sword swings past.
Can I
Uh.
grab? I'm not sure what Pathfinder's rules are for like an offhand weapon.
You can use an offhand weapon if you don't have the 2 open fighting feet. It's very hefty penalties, and it's the same as with like the natural attacks. It's a full attack to be able to use your offhand too.
Well, you haven't moved, so you could technically do your full action, right?
Yeah, it would. It does affect. Let me bring up the penalties. I think it's something like -10 on the attack rolls
Yeesh.
if you don't have stuff. Although because it's using a dagger, that lowers it slightly.
Oh.
Open fighting penalties. All right, so it'd be if you wanted to do as is, you'd be taking on your main hand a -4 and a -8 on your offhand.
Never mind. Never
As soon as you
mind.
get 2 weapon fighting and use light hands, it's only like -2s. But
Okay. Nope. Good.
okay, that brings it to the shred skin.
Ah.
So, it is going to swipe its claws at Cade for a natural 1,
Ah.
but it's got 2 of them.
Oh no.
Its second, it's going to be an 18.
Get that one hits.
All right, that is 3 points of damage, plus it also has grab. So he gets a free grapple attempt.
Oh no.
And that's
So this is against your CMD,
Okay.
and that is a 24.
That'll probably beat it.
As it grabs, like it's kind of like slashes the second one, like kind of like grabs into your back, and then just like grabs hold of you. You do gain the grappled condition, so does it. However, I will send that to you here in a second, just so you can see what it does.
Is it like forming over him like a new set of skin?
Not
Or is it like wrapping
not
around him like a towel, sort
yet.
of like a
Not
blanket?
yet.
Oh no.
I did send the conditions page in the stream discussion where you can see what grapple does there.
Oh, I got it.
Primarily, it lowers stuff, and you can't move, but it can't either because it's grappling you. But that is its turn, bringing us to Cade.
Wait, didn't Cade go first?
Or not Cade, Deco.
Gotcha. Acid splash. Ah, get off of my friend. 10 against touch.
Against touch, let's see. Where the heck did it go? Touch. That's not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's gonna
But
just splash and destroy some of the mugs on the wall.
Haku's been looming over us like protectively,
Yes.
so he's within 5 feet of that thing, I believe, right?
Yes,
I'm
he
Looking
is.
at it correctly.
Yes.
So he will just go ahead and unleash his 2 attacks.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 on the first one.
That is a crit. So
I have to roll to confirm.
you have to
right?
roll to confirm a Pathfinder. So you roll again. It's gonna hit regardless. If you would have hit in the second, then it does critical damage.
Still add the same modifier.
Yeah, same modifier.
Okay. 14.
14 meets a beat, so you do
Hey!
double damage. That is double dice and double additions.
Oh,
There's some specific
nice.
things that don't like sneak attack. I personally say you can either double the die result or roll 2 dice. As long as you decide beforehand, I don't care which.
I'll roll 2 dice. Dang it! I should have doubled it. I got a 6 and a
And a
1. So that's plus 2, so 7, 9, and
9
I get
points of damage.
to grab him.
Yes. Which, if successful, that will pull it off, Cade.
That's another 20, so that's a total of 26.
A natural 20, that's
Nat
still an
20.
auto success. So with that, you kind of he just like bites down and just tears through its torso and just grabs and kind of pulls back and rips it off of Cade.
Don't worry, I've got you. And he's gonna go for a sting, but miss with a 10.
Yeah,
total.
10 is a miss.
Unless the grapple affects his AC again. Well, actually,
It would
would've
affect it, but not. It affects the same value. You take a -2 on your roll, but -2 AC, so it evens out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
right,
alright,
that is
well.
a miss.
That's a miss. But
All right,
it's writhing around with this thing in his mouth.
it's top of round 2, Cade. This thing like grabbed onto you, but then got ripped off you by Haku.
Wait, is it still like right next to me?
Yes.
They're like rolling around on the floor next to you. Not technically prone, I don't think, right? But
No, it is grappled.
Does that mean I can move away from it for like a step?
You can always, you can take a 5-foot step, and that doesn't provoke.
Okay. I just want to get a little distance so that I can take my bow and arrow out and
Gonna
Shoot.
step back, swap to your bow.
Yep. And I believe I am gonna take a -2 penalty, but it balances out because it's undead.
Yep.
To use
Deadly aim.
rapid shot.
Ooh, rapid shot. Nice and classic.
oh,
Basically the two of them fighting of range attacks. Because basically you take a -2, but you get to make 2 attacks.
Right. Well, the first one misses.
Okay.
Because that was a 9 total.
Yeah, that's a miss.
But the second one's a 19.
Ooh, a 19. Well, that will do it. So good old D8 damage. Excuse me.
For 8 damage.
Nice. So you just step back, draw your bow, and as you do, you whip 2 arrows out. Fire the first, and then flick the second one onto your bow as it kind of just hits the wall. But your second one just straight through the head of this thing, and now there's just like a hole in the thing's face. It's still like up and animated, but like it's taken a lot of gashes and like impacts now, and it's flopping around a lot more.
I elbow Deco. I gave it a third eye.
good one.
With that,
That
it
my
is
turn.
right. It is its turn now. So what it is going to do, I have my grapple flowchart up here.
Yes, the grapple flow chart.
Yes. All right.
Why are
So-
grappling rules always the hardest set of rules in any TTRPG?
Right.
It's the most complicated thing.
All right. So it is actually going to attempt to reverse the grapple so that it is grappling him. So it basically makes a grapple attempt. If it succeeds, he is now in control of the grapple.
So he's gonna beat the CMD, right?
Yes. He rolled an 18.
That probably beats it. CMD is 15. Dang.
All right, so it is now in control of the grapple. And unfortunately, that does take its standard action to do. So that's its turn. But it's in control of the grapple. But now it is Deco.
Okay, so that means what exactly? Like, what's the difference between me being in control of the grapple and the enemy?
Primarily, well, the controller can just release it.
Okay.
The one that isn't can't. Also, you can then attempt to do things like pin it or pull it and such.
Okay. And then what is how does grappling affect attacking? Is that
-2 to attacks, and you can't use two-hand things, but he doesn't have hands anyway.
yeah? So I guess he's just gonna go for a bite.
Okay.
Well, that's a natural 1 for the
That's
first
a miss.
attack.
He just like
So-
tries to chomp around, but the thing's beginning to wrap around him.
11 for the next hit.
11 will
he's
not quite
swing.
do it, as he kind of just flips his tail and just barely wicks past its arm.
I think I'm just gonna go with the standard acid splash from Deco for a total of 19 to hit.
That's gonna do it. Against touch.
1 point of acid damage.
All right. As you just kind of like nick its shoulder, and just a little bit burns away.
And I am more than 5 feet away from it, right?
Yes, you are 10 feet from it.
I will get some cover.
You cover behind the ice box.
Yes.
Sounds good.
That may or may
All right.
not have body parts.
It probably has body parts in it. That's basically guaranteed at this point.
All right. Top round 3, Cade.
Yes, Cade is going to do more with his bow because the short sword he's about ready to throw out the window. So I'm going to use the rapid shot again.
Yes.
The first one misses because that is a 7.
Yeah.
total. And the next one is only an 11 total.
It's gonna be another miss.
This die is going to jail.
Good plan. Brings us back to the Shredskin. It's in control of the grapple now, so that means it's going to attempt to pin. Maintain grapple. How does he pin it? May release grapple. Okay. So he now makes another like grapple roll. This time it was a 19. Meaning he has now inflicted the pinned condition upon Haku. As it finishes wrapping itself around and actually kind of like gets up over his head and down around him. And he's now pinned, and that enables his enshroud ability.
Oh no.
So the target has gained the pin condition. The creature no longer takes any of the pinned or grappled penalties. And it can basically move itself and move Haku's body as if it is like Haku's skin. It can control him now
Oh no.
instead.
Oh great.
So they're in the same space now.
Great.
So if
And-
I attack it with an arrow, I'm probably gonna have
You might hit Haku as well. But that was its turn. It will move itself and Haku like up like 5 feet, so it's now like right in Cade's face as he's like grappled. Like you just see the serpent like arms kind of flopping by the side of the skin, but just like over the snake's head, there's just like this like gaping like humanoid face. And that brings us to Deco.
Hey. Ah. Let go of him. I'm going to cast Grease on Haku. Right? Because he says if I cast Grease on someone's clothing, that person gains a +10 bonus to escape artist checks, on combat maneuver checks to escape grapples, and to CMD versus grapple combat maneuver checks.
Yeah, I'd say that would function.
So, yeah, it's a range spell. Yeah, range of 25 feet. So I'll just cast Grease right on Haku, and I'll say, "Get out of there!"
All right.
That's my action. And then he's going to. Can he? He's pinned now, so can he try to escape?
You can always attempt to free itself through a combat maneuver or an escape artist check.
Okay. Let's see what his.
And so he gets a +10. I think you said it was. That's what he said, right?
Yes.
+10?
+10 to this roll.
Nice.
Nice.
So this is a CMB, right? This is not a grapple check. It's an escape artist check. So.
Okay.
What do you add to escape artist? Anything?
Escape artist is one of your skills. It is a dex-based skill.
It's a dex-based skill. Okay.
Yeah, so if you don't know ranks, it's just gonna be like your dex modifier plus the bonus.
Okay.
So I think you could do just a regular CMB as well, and then get the +10 on that still, which might be better for him, I imagine.
I have a +3 to my dex, so and a +2 to my CMB. So I think
the
I
dex
should
is
use
actually better then, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a +13 total
Okay.
for 25.
Ooh, with CMD on this thing, it's only a 14. So with that, Haku just slides right out of this thing and frees himself.
And that's his full action, right?
That is his standard. He still has his move action, but
all right. Well, he will move around to. Well, is it part of the move action to escape, or is it?
That is your standard action.
So I guess I'll just take a 5-foot step so that I'm flanking with Cade.
Nice.
Basically, is what I'm gonna try to do.
Excellent. Anything else on
That's
your turn? All right, back to Cade.
Cade will take the 5 steps back just so that he has the range to shoot.
Yep.
And try this rapid fire again.
Alrighty.
There we go. That is a 22 to hit.
That does it.
So for the first one is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. And with that, how would you like to do this?
Oh,
Nice.
honestly, I'd probably just be like, grab the arrow, shoot as quick as possible, not even notice I pinned it to the wall and it kind of drapes over the arrow, and pull out the other one and still shoot at it, even though it's draped.
And with that, the shred skin has been defeated as it's now just pinned to the wall and goes limp.
Ah, sorry about that, Haku. Here, let me clean you off. Just try to get all the grease stuff off of him, even though it probably just magically dissipates.
After a minute or so, yeah. But still, you're just wiping it off and just getting your hands all greasy.
Ugh. The spell it's got so many uses. Honestly, it's just really
it's a
gross.
good spell.
Taking the knife on the counter. Is there anything special about this knife?
It is a dagger. It appears to be more like a carving dagger. You think that this was probably what was used to flay this person, but it's a dagger. It is actually, in fact, it's a pretty nice one. Actually, it is a masterwork dagger, so you get a +1 on attack rolls with it.
Oh,
Nice.
And it is coated in dried blood.
well, I will hang on to that.
I think after I've cleaned Haku off, I'm gonna sort of turn my attention to the room and just sort of look for anything else that looks weird or suspicious that might jump up and attack us. So I'll just search the room, probably open up the icebox as well.
As you open the icebox, there's ice in it that's still frozen. But the one thing that you do find in the icebox, there's no like shells, it's just one big one. And you see the flayed body of a person just stuffed in there.
I close it.
And like kind of like frozen at this point. Yeah.
I'm just like, I see that, and I'm like, nope. Just close it.
Yeah. That's what you find in there.
Okay, well, that's where it came from.
As you kind of close that and you kind of take a breath for a moment, you suddenly begin to hear like banging on the walls all around you.
Oh no.
I just start banging back. I am so done with this place. It was supposed to be a nice place to sleep. The guard told me so.
I'm
So I
gonna
just
need
start
another
banging.
will save from everybody.
Is this against fear?
Yes, this is against fear.
Ah, damn it. Every time I ask that, I roll so bad.
Be a good roll.
God. The highest I rolled was an 8 for both me and Haku. 5.
At this one, plus you like on the counter, you hear like as if there's someone banging on the counter and like people like shaking doors, almost like you hear. And you just hear like almost like a low, like raspy, like breath. And you are all frightened of this for 2 rounds. So for about 10 seconds, you feel the need to flee from whatever this is. But as I said, it's about only 10 seconds worth that you feel that need to do that. So you begin to like rush us. As you get into the door, you're like, nah.
It's like all around us. So I start running in one direction and then run the other way, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm doing much the same. I think this is like a Benny Hill scene where we just sort of go in
Run in
opposite
circles.
directions and then like go through some hallways and then come back and run into each other for about 10 seconds, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
oh shit, this is a place. What? We need to leave. Like this. There's no way we're staying here.
As you kind of finish, like it's still like it's less now, but there's still like you still hear as if like there's knocking on some of the walls, and the plate falls over off the shelf, and then you just kind of hear like a really low breath voice just kind of echo.
Well, because I'm hurt, I am going to take my health potion, right?
Okay.
Fair
1d8 plus 1.
What did that voice say?
It's just like breathe.
Max out.
Free me? Why would I want to do that? Who are you? I shout out.
Well, where are you? I can't free you. I can't see you.
Amen.
Avenge. Wow. Maybe we can find whoever flayed the skin, and we can kill that person.
Me.
Oh. Okay. Honor me. Okay. Okay. We gotta bury the body. Bury the body. There's a body in the ice box. Okay.
I'm gonna look for body parts in everywhere. So like, I ran into the bedroom. I'm opening the drawer of the cupboard or the nightstand.
Yeah. It's a regular old bedroom. There's nothing really special about this area.
I'm gonna have
Oh my
Haku
God.
search the rest of the building for me.
Okay.
I found a safe spot. Deco, it's
So-
just normal.
It's normal
Okay.
in there. Excellent.
Okay, going around the way the Haku is over here, you kind of just find like a slight little storage hallway, and then you open this door.
Oh,
There's a
gosh.
little water. There's a little water closet.
It stinks.
Lost Haku.
Oh,
Oh, there he is. He's on the roof.
ah, of course.
I'll teleport him inside.
Okay. All right. This room that Cade enters appears to be a study. You see another desk books piled up, and there's like a little bit of an alcove, little like just like shelf, and like a chair that's kind of pulled back, and you can almost see like it's been pulled, and the dust you can see it's been pulled back, like this chair has been used. And sitting on the table there is like an ink pen. It looks like it's been like kind of like sitting next to an inkwell, and the ink is still wet on it, and there is a paper with writing on it. That is everything that you've seen so far has been in the ancient Dynamese, but this is written in common. In fact, I assume you'd like to read it.
Well, yeah.
All right, you gotta read it, and it says, "The forests in this area have been cleared of those Dynamese heretics. Our squad took heavy casualties over the last 3 months, though. Only 8 of us are left. Brindir took a blade to the stomach. Cedric dead, we've got no real healers left. Got him in the basement, told him I'd send for a healer. But closest squadrons, they're up near Quayhold. At least a week away, I imagine. And for just one soldier, it's not worth the risk. Packing up and heading out. I told everyone to be quiet, so that Brindir doesn't notice that we're leaving. Damn these fucking infidels. These Isles will be better off without them. Signed, Commander of the 53rd Battalion, Aluk Lindell."
And their own soldier.
I will roll it up and just hang on to it while I continue searching like the rest of the room. Stuff like that. Oh.
And you're on the roof. Kind of search, and the rest of the area is still just coated in dust, and you see cobwebs. You see the odd, like, dead rat. It's kind of like curled up in the corner. But you find nothing else of note, or nothing else that's been touched at anywhere near recent.
Okay. As I come out, I'll, hey, Deco.
Yes.
Look at this. And I toss the rolled up piece of paper at him.
Oh, I scan the paper and I read the same thing that he did. Oh, man, we should check the basement, I suppose. Maybe that's where this spirit resides. It seems he's been, I don't know what's the word. He's been slighted quite grievously, obviously. Abandoned by his brothers in arms. People that he's supposed to trust with his life. Left him behind.
I haven't seen a basement entry. You?
Did Haku notice any basement entrances over here?
Yeah.
I was slightly distracted when you described it. I apologize.
You have not noticed any basement entrances. You do hear at this point, though, coming, like, say there's still a bit of, like, the wrapping on, like, the doors and such. But then you hear a kind of, like, like a little, like, giggle come from outside.
Oh, it's that little girl again. There's a little girl that was a ghost. Maybe they know what's going on here. They could be friendly, maybe. Although they don't sound friendly.
Laughing, she's aiming at us like or another building.
I suppose that's true, but laughter's almost more creepy than the other thing. Haku, why don't you check it out outside?
And there was like nothing looked odd about the boxes here, right?
No. They appear to just be like a storage chest. Like if you opened it up, there's just like old clothes and linens.
He's looking around for any sources of the wrapping. Like the knocking on the doors and windows.
You don't see anything around the house.
I hate that. And which direction did we hear the giggling from?
From over here by the field.
By the field.
Before going out and following him, because the bedroom looks so normal, I'm gonna go in here and like check under the bed.
Find a dead rat.
Right. I was looking for like maybe a trapdoor or something.
Secret hatch or something.
Yep.
Well, Haku's like, or Deku is extremely nervous, but he's sort of trained to talk to people, so he sort of rights himself and sort of walks forward confidently towards the field and says, "Hello, we mean you no harm." Oh, thank you. We mean you no harm. Please, you know, we're here to help. If you need to move on or something.
You hear the wind continue to howl.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'll look around for anything unusual. I've got my light going. As a cross?
Yes, there's like a kind of like an old scarecrow over here.
Ah.
As you guys approach there,
Oh. I had my thing set too low.
as you guys kind of walk over towards the scarecrow and you walk into the field, suddenly both an old man's ghost, just his like eyes solid like sunken into his face, and you just see like his teeth like missing and such, and then his hair wiry, and then a young girl as well, no more than 5 or 6, in a little dress and pigtails. Both just their spirits appear around you with shovels. And as they do, they instantly just stick their shovels into the ground, and I need you all to make reflex saves.
I can choose to have advantage on this.
Once per day, you can, yes.
Once a day. I think I'm going to do that because I've been rolling like shit. So I'm just. I don't know how many of these are going to come up, so might as well.
Yep, that's fair.
I think. Ooh, that was a good call. Reflex. +1. 18 total.
18, okay. And also Haku and Cade.
Oh, right.
16 total.
16.
Haku's modifier is. Oh, wow. He's really dexterous. 17 total for Haku.
17. With that, as they do, suddenly a deep pit is suddenly, like, instantly, like, dug out. As they kind of just whip in, just a hole appears in the ground. But you all manage to just jump out of the way. And as you do, they kind of instantly then kind of begin, like, shoveling, like, almost like ghostly, spectral dirt into the hole and begin doing this. But you all made the save.
Should we toss the body in or something? Like, it's filling with dirt, right?
Yes, like
It's like
spectral dirt.
Oh, okay. So like a big actual hole opened up in the ground, and then it's filling with spectral dirt.
Yes.
Can I look in the hole and see if there's anything in the bottom of it?
Yeah. You look in a hole.
Okay. There's no like
Deep and dark.
bones or anything sticking in the bottom of it.
Not in the hole, no. And as you kind of look at these two people, neither of them look anything like the skin inside.
It's confusing.
After a moment, the hole is filled, and both the spears kind of just disappear.
Does it like look like real ground now, like it did before?
After a minute, it kind of just like solidifies and turns back to regular dirt.
I take a rock and toss it to see if it stays up or if it falls through.
It stays up.
Huh.
Appears to have gone back to normal.
I'll ask Haku to slither over it and see if it happens again.
He slithers over it, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
What about that skull you found?
I buried it. over by the house. But I
That
didn't
one
go
was
back to
also.
check.
It was also definitely an orc skull. These are
Yeah.
definitely humans.
There's someone we need to free and honor and avenge. So,
I'm saying before you guys were attacked or suffered this as well, you were like trying to look around, correct?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will let you do that
Okay.
now that you are not in
Around.
immediate danger.
Do I roll perception check for Haku as well?
Yep, he can look around as well.
All right. I got a 6, but Haku got a 19.
19. Haku's like slithering around, and he finds this area over here has a lot of mushrooms. And then as he looks, he kind of sees there is like just barely coming out of the ground. You see part of a skeletal hand, like it's part of the palm, and like the fingers just barely coming out.
Oh. Seems there's someone died here. Can I like roll a religion check or something like that to ascertain if it would be a good idea to like dig up the corpse and like give it burial
Yeah.
rites or something like that?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see. I don't think I'm trained in religion, so
You can make like up to DC 10 even if you're not trained on knowledges.
okay.
And I would say this is not too complex, so you can still do that.
I have knowledge planes, so I don't know if that.
I just go with the religion for now. I'd say I'll do that.
All right. Is that what is that? What skill is that about? Is that wisdom or
It's
intelligence? Intelligence. So my intelligence is not too bad. Well, it's 16 total.
16? Yeah, you think that it would at least be respectable to do so. You don't foresee any consequences? Do you think that it'd be respectful to like bury them and like give a proper burial kind of thing, even if it's not much, like just kind of burying in like even just a bit of a shallow grave, like a prayer to Bayor, would probably be better than just like whatever happened here.
Right. Are there any shovels around? Like this?
Yeah, you're able to find some shovels without too much difficulty.
I'll find a shovel and I'll get to work on digging it up so that I can give it a proper burial.
Right. Takes a few minutes, but eventually you do manage to dig up. You find 2 skeletons. You find one that's kind of like almost a little more like you can see the bones have like some more damage and a little more withered. Some like especially around like where the joints are kind of like rubbed and such. Likely an older person, maybe with arthritis and something along those lines. And that's the one that's reaching up. You can almost see their other ones almost like wrapped around holding a small skeleton that was likely a little girl. But clutched in the hands of the smaller skeleton is a piece of paper.
I attempt to read the piece of paper, clean it off with prestidigitation.
Ooh, very nice. It appears to be a simple scroll drawing little map of the house. And there is an X in kind of the front room, to like the left corner, right on the front wall. There's an X.
Ooh, is that where the goat head was?
No, there's some barrels there.
Oh, there's some barrels. I'll turn to Cade and as I'm saying, I think this little girl had a map of a secret in the house. There could be like a secret entrance near those barrels that we saw in the beginning.
All right. Well, I will go clear it out if you want to finish your burial.
I'll finish up here. Haku, why don't you go with Cade just in case? So I'll send him with you. I'll say,
Absolutely.
stay close in case something were to happen.
Alrighty.
Don't get too far.
So Deco, I assume you take the skeletons, bury
Yep,
them
I'm gonna
properly.
lay them down in a respectful manner. I'll say a prayer to Bayor, asking him to forgive any transgressions that they incurred in life, and just ask that their spirits are allowed to pass on.
Worst part is if you stand here, You can even see the trapdoor.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That is an alteration I made for this map. I hid the trapdoor.
Nice.
All right.
I'm
As
going
you come
to
back-
first peer in before doing anything. Try to get a sense of what may be down here.
Oh, I'm stuck.
Remove the mist down.
Oh. Ha!
Uh-huh.
I beat it.
Like, I would have been trying to take in as much information as possible before
Yeah.
Echo got here.
So if you look down, looks like you kind of come into like a corner, which makes sense, and it's like a finished stone basement, not basin. And you can kind of see a little bit. You see little bits of like storage things, and you see like a shelf that's kind of blocking a lot of your view, however. But it seems to be kind of like in the middle of the room. Would you like to go down?
Yes.
All right, I'll have you guys get into the entryway, and then I'll describe.
We'll go down as well.
This is always the part that's hardest for me as a player. I cannot change levels, like going upstairs and such. I'm terrible
It
at
is
it.
tough. Okay,
I've
why?
learned
What the heck? Oh, there we go.
As you come
All right,
down,
I'm
so
good.
you see bits of storage and such, but down here is even more
Jeez.
cobwebs than before. As you do, you suddenly hear a shambling, and then stepping out of the darkness is a figure. And you look as you see a humanoid figure, clad in a breastplate, though it's faded and worn. But you can see Bayor's holy symbol had once been painted upon it. Chainmail kind of underneath, and tattered blue and white garbs, as is very often associated with Bayorians. The Legionnaires, although the designs of such look very outdated. And there's a bit of like a metal skull cap with a little bit of a kind of like almost Nordic Spagan helm kind of style, a big dent, also faded and such. And then underneath, as you can see, holding a battered shield and a rusty sword, there is a humanoid person. However, his eyes are sunken in and the skin is sagging, and at bits you can see it's beginning to rot. The stomach, you can see, has a gaping wound, dried blood underneath. And the face looks familiar. As you look closely as he steps from the darkness, despite the kind of zombified face you see, you recognize the guard you ran into along the road. As he's like, my latest victim. Are you here to avenge me? Or will you be joining my rest?
Never. We are here to cleanse this place so that we can get a good night's sleep. And also because you deserve it.
I smell the taint of that blasted divine figure that I once served. Bayor upon you.
I mean, yes, he has granted me some power, but I insist that it is used for good purposes, not abandoning your brothers.
That is what I once believed as well. But look, aren't you alone? And Cade, I need you to make a will save.
Oh no. Just Cade?
Just
Oh
Cade.
boy. Oh no, I don't like that luck.
12.
Well,
Okay.
Cade, you just look at me like, he's not alone. But Deco, you look back to Haku, your sole companion. The two of you have been traveling along this road. Just you and your magic familiar. It's been a long, lonely journey. But you know that you can rely upon him, but no one else is ever deemed to help you. You're all alone in the civilized world. You do not see, nor do you even remember his existence. Hey, you're still there. Nothing has happened to you.
Listen, I may be alone, but with Bayor, I am never alone.
And you will die alone. Roll initiative.
Ah,
This Katie just looking like, what the fuck?
oh no. That's a total of 2 for me, with a natural 1.
11.
All right.
God, this dice is swingy. I've had like 4 or 5 natural 1s and like 3 natural 20s.
All right. With that, creature goes first. As it is going to just begin lurching towards you. I think that you were close enough. As it reaches towards you, just spin around so I can see. And as it does, it just swings its sword at you.
At who?
At Deco.
Okay.
And because you have not acted yet, you are flat-footed. So you're flat-foot AC. And that
Alright.
is going to be an 18 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
For 5 points of damage.
Ooh. Ah! Now I'm actually dying.
Cade, you're up.
I'm going to step back because this is definitely better than my sword right now. I'm gonna step back and yell at the creature. But Deku's not alone. And the first one is a 12 to hit.
Nope.
And the second one's a 10 to hit.
No.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is.
Maybe he is.
Deco.
Well, there's no one here to help me, but I will stand strong. And I am gonna cast Shield on myself. So give myself a +4 to AC.
Right.
Actually,
it
wait,
does
is
get
that-
to attack you as you cast
Oh.
the spell.
If I take a 5-foot step first, can I
Then
do
you're
that?
fine.
Okay,
Then
gotcha.
You're fine.
Yeah, I just remembered that. Like I was like, isn't that
Yeah.
a rule in?
Is that in Pathfinder 5-foot step is king?
Yes. So 5-foot step, and I'm going to cast Shield on myself, and Haku is going to move over here.
Okay.
And he's going to take his attack.
Yep.
He's going to bite him.
Did he move 5 or 10? That was
Just 5 feet.
just 5
there.
feet. Nice.
For 15 to hit.
15 will not hit.
Ooh. All right. Unfortunate. That is going to be it for me.
All right. He does have his sting still, if you would.
Oh, I thought he couldn't do that because he moved.
If it's
Or
only
is
a
it-
5 foot, he still can.
Ooh. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, 5 foot still allows. You can take a 5-foot step before, during, or after a full attack. So he could even bite,
Ah.
5-foot attack, or 5-foot bite, tail slap,
Okay.
bite, tail slap,
Gotcha.
5 foot.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he misses unfortunately. Wait. Actually, no. It's a 13.
13 is a miss.
Sorry. Yeah.
Alright.
So.
That'll
That's it.
bring us back to the creature, who will begin to wave his hands around and cast a spell, which does provoke from Haku because he is not going to move first.
Ooh, 20 to hit.
That does hit.
So 6. Ooh, nice.
He's
Total of, let me just double check here. Yeah, 7 damage, and it's a bite attack. I would assume, right? Because so he
whichever
gets
one you want. Yes.
full as a. Can you grapple off your turn? Free action. I don't know how that works.
Freeze are only on your turn. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he does do how much damage? Did you say?
7 piercing.
7 piercing. Nice. And with that, disappears.
What?
He turns invisible.
Oh, dang it.
Except what?
What?
That hit it from me too. I hit hide and now I can't see it either. Tailspire, why?
Isn't it
I'll have to
tab? Like if you hold tab, you can see the hidden ones.
Yes, I can.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, that's its turn. Bringing us back to Cade.
He doesn't see him, so he's gonna look over at Deco, be like, "Where'd he go? You see him?"
I don't respond.
Hey,
'cause
Deco
I don't
doesn't
hear
even
you.
acknowledge
I know.
your existence.
Deco,
I'm just looking around.
and I'm just gonna go up and like hit his shoulder.
You do
Ah,
feel
I'm being
something
attacked.
attack you.
Ah, he's near me, Haku. I just say that because it's not my turn. I can't do anything.
Yeah. Anything else from the friend there? Alrighty. Deco, it is your turn.
Ah, this thing. Can I acid splash a square or something?
Yes, so basically it counts as attacking character you don't see. So you make an attack as regular, but there is concealment essentially. So even if you hit, there's a 50-50 chance that you miss anyway. So
Actually,
basically, yeah.
I have a different idea.
Oh.
I'm going to move over next to Haku because I don't know if I'm safe or not. So I'll just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
I'll move behind him here, and I'm gonna use the scroll, the other scroll that I have, or the one scroll.
Blow of Magic Fang.
Magic Fang on
That'll
Haku.
give him a +1 attack on his damage rolls because they're natural attacks.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's my
Alright.
action, my movement, and Haku will just attack the air where he's standing, I guess.
Where the thing was standing.
Yeah.
Okay. He swipes the air.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
All right.
information gained. That's it.
Back to the thing. As it suddenly swipes a sword at Haku. So Haku is now able to see it. The
Oh.
Cade and Deco still can't see it, but Haku can now see it as it attacks him. That is a 5.
Nope.
Against flat-footed.
Against flat-footed. I still think
Yeah,
that
this is a bad roll.
Yeah.
But his location has been revealed to Haku only.
That's okay.
He can see him for 1 hour. And that's all that he can do for now. So that's going to bring us back to Cade.
He's gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Does he just pass
4,
through that space?
5.
Yeah, so as you go to pass through that space, I'm going to give him a reflex save. What's your CMD?
15.
15. He rolled a 14, so you actually bump into him.
I immediately swing out with the short sword.
Okay. So make an attack. It's against the normal AC. If you hit, that means to roll a concealment check. See if you miss because he's
Cool.
invisible.
Oh, interesting.
I got a 17 total.
17 meets it beats.
Actually, no. There's the +2 for undead, right?
Oh, so 19.
Yes,
So
19.
19.
So that is a hit. So take a D100.
Oh.
If you roll 51 to 100, it's a hit. If you roll 1 to 49 or 1 to 50, it's a miss.
96.
Yeah,
96, let's go.
hit. Roll damage.
All right. That there damage on the short sword, just a d6 plus 2. So 7 damage total.
Nice. That's 14 damage overall now that you've dealt. So you swing. Haku sees like suddenly like a new gash appears on this thing, but he sees no source of the
Confused.
damage. And you can tell, Kate, that you hit this thing. You can't see it still, but you can tell you've hit it.
Nice.
Anything
I
else?
found you, bastard. But that's my turn.
All right, Deco.
All right, I can only see Haku, but Haku seems to see something, and it's
Yeah.
looking in a particular direction. So I can probably acid splash that area.
Basically,
Not
Yeah.
to really kill myself, but he did look over at, or no, he didn't. He just saw the gash. He doesn't see me. Never mind.
yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't see
Yes.
you. So
yeah. So it's the same deals, but Kate just had to do. You roll and then set.
I rolled a 19 on the die, so that's +4, so
Nice.
23.
That's gonna be a hit. So roll your
Oh.
concealment check.
Concealment. Okay. Wait. Oh, that's a 26.
26.
So I
That is a
missed.
miss. As you think you know where it might be, but you just kind of throw into that general area and it still just splashes onto the ground.
But Haku doesn't have to suffer that effect, so he's gonna
Correct.
take his full
Heck yeah.
attack.
Yeah, buddy.
21 to
Hit.
hit on the bite. Oh man, max damage again. So 7 piercing, and he's
21 total now.
gonna try
Nice.
and grapple him
Yep. Let me check and see.
for a 21 on my grapple.
Where's it? CMD. That does it.
All right, and he's gonna miss on his sting. Wait,
Okay.
actually, he doesn't get like a. Oh yeah, it just lowers the AC.
Yeah.
So
it'll
yeah,
lose
it's just a
attack.
total of 6 for the
Yeah,
the
6
last
to
attack.
miss.
But yeah.
All right. Hawk can tell he's battered this thing decently, but it's still
Yeah.
going.
And he's like grappling something that I can't see at this
Yes.
point, right?
Yes.
That's
All right.
that's something.
Which will bring us back to that. And I need Hawk to make a will save.
Oh, great. That's probably a failure. I think that's a 5 total. 6 total.
Both of you no longer see Haku, nor remember that he exists. Deco, you are heavily injured. You are bleeding from wounds. You were all alone in this basement with this flailing zombie creature that has lured you here. You've been walking through these eerie woods with no one to help you. And you just feel the crushing weight of your loneliness.
Well, all my friends have abandoned me.
Yep.
I
Okay.
will. I'll just be afraid.
Yep. Hey, it is your turn. I say you also now forget Haku exists. Or ever has.
So there's
Stop
nothing
hiding
in front-
behind that shelf and help me as I swing my sword again. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah. I like the
That
sound
is
of that.
a
Great.
dirty 20 to hit.
Dirty 20, that hits.
All right. Yeah, for 5 damage.
5 damage, alright. It's looking not great. But it is still standing.
But,
Alright.
yeah, no, that's my turn.
Alright. Deco.
Okay, so if I forgot that Haku exists and I still have access to summon monster, would I? What happens if I try to cast
You would
summon
like kind of
monster?
try, but you would basically be like, the magic's not working for you.
Okay. All right, I didn't know
Because
if it,
like the magic
would
is
cancel
still
out.
in use to summon him. You just forget about it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I am going to drink my potion.
Probably
so
smart.
I think that's a D8.
D8 plus 1.
D8 plus 1.
Let's see.
Fantastic
And
choice,
like-
my lord.
7. So I think that actually heals me up to full.
Nice.
because I only taken a total of 6 damage.
Nice, nice. That's
So I'm
pretty
back
good.
to 11 HP.
Excuse me.
That's my action. I don't have any free actions or swift actions as far as I know. But
And you
Haku's
can
going to
talk
continue
as
to...
a free action, but
Yeah. But so I can't see this thing, I just can't see it. Do I remember that it exists?
you remember that it exists. You have a vague idea that it's in that general area, but you don't know
Yeah.
why.
Okay.
Haku knows it's there, so because Haku is still like his own creature and like
Right.
fully intelligent and such.
Did I
Yes.
have to roll another D100 for that, by the way?
Oh,
forgot.
to hit because he's
Yeah.
invisible.
Oh yes,
May you roll that because he might get
thank
his
you for
5
being
health.
honest.
Yeah.
I appreciate the honesty.
I rolled an 86.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. So action. I'm scared, so I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna stick close to the cover. And Haku's gonna continue to do his thing and just keep attacking.
Okay.
14, probably gonna miss.
It's a miss.
And 18.
18 does hit.
So that was his sting. 2 damage.
It is still up.
He's still grappled.
Yes, he is still grappled. That will bring
Alright.
us to
That's it.
back to its turn. And it.
Oh wait, I have a +1 bonus. I forgot. Would those have hit with a +1?
Uh,
I don't think so, because it was like 17 AC.
but it's grapples and
Oh, but he's grappled, so it's
15. So yes, it
Oh,
would
okay.
have.
So the bite hits 2, so that's a D6.
Okay.
Wow, that's 3 max damage rolls in a row on the bite. So 7
Oh.
points of damage.
All right. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Haku's okay. How is he gonna do this? Haku is kind of doing his own thing at this point, so I think he's going to just try to like swallow it. Like he's like constricting it and he's biting it, and he just keeps getting like biting further down on it, and he just sort of starts to like swallow it. And I think I would probably tell him to stop as soon as I realize he exists. If that happens while
Yeah.
he's dying.
As he kind of does, this thing just kind of just like dissolves into dust. At which point you do all remember that each other exists.
Ah.
And you appear.
I feel an overwhelming sense of relief. And
Are
I
you
go,
hiding
stop,
behind
stop.
the
We have to marry
shelf?
him." Well, yes, of course. I'm squishy. Haku can handle it. Now look, he did a great job. He did like
Honestly
30 points of
forgot he
damage.
I honestly forgot he was here. But I
Oh.
still saw you. You were just sitting there yelling.
Well, you know, I had to stand up for myself. I'm something about him made me just forget that you were even here or even existed in the first place.
See how good our friendship. Thanks.
Listen, it's magic, you know? You forgot Haku existed. He's very important to me.
You forgot him too.
I did for a moment. I'm not going to admit it. But yeah, no, I'm gonna give Haku a big hug. As he like spits out the bones. I'm just like, oh, good job. I'm just like patting him, like big snake over my shoulder, just like, ah.
No, we got a problem.
Oh, sure we do. What's the problem now?
It appears there's been more than just body.
Well, I suspect those are his victims. Look around for...
As you kind of enter that final room there, you see an old, battered cot that looks kind of like what you'd see in like a field hospital. But it is old, like one of the legs has rotted out and is kind of slumped over. But you see a skeletal figure And you can see that there was at least at one point bloody bandages that have kind of fallen over the spine. And you see that he is wearing the same breastplate that you just saw on the creature you just defeated. As you believe this is Brindir's actual body.
I still smack it with my sword.
Hey, easy. Listen, he did what he did out of grief, spite, and probably some necromantic magic too. I'm gonna try and pack up his remains in like is there like a blanket on the cot that I could
There's
like
like
use
an
for,
old kind of like rotting one, but yes.
Okay. I mean it's something.
There's other stuff here that you can use. You can
Okay.
do that easily now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
go
just
to the corner and just start like dry heaving a little.
yeah. I think Deco is definitely, this is not his bag, but like he does know about religious like rituals and stuff like that. So he's gonna do his best in this scenario.
Yep.
He
He knows enough
try to be
to,
diplomatic.
he knows enough to perform a basic kind of rite.
Yeah.
You hack up the bones, you take them back upstairs. Inside, you dig a little grave next to the others that you've made. Place them in. Speak a prayer to Bayor.
Make a little spot, like a little marker, at least something to like remember them. I'll try to put was it Brynheld or Brindor? Brindir. So I'll try to write his name out at least because I at least know his name.
Yep.
I don't know,
Right.
unfortunately, the old man and the little lady, but
Just
They
right,
were-
old man, little lady.
yeah.
Yeah. You manage to write Brindir. You speak a prayer to the Holy Eradicator, Bayor. And kind of as you do, and you kind of fill in the grave, the rapping in the house ceases.
Oh. Well,
Kind of a lot of the kind of like eerie feel of the entire place, and even the mists begin to kind of subside. And it seems just like a clearing in the woods. Nothing no longer has the just heavy, scary atmosphere that you'd felt since you arrived.
Cade goes to the completely normal room and probably collapses on the bed.
just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yep. I will do something similar. I'll just I'm still a little bit paranoid, I think, so I'll probably still set up the plates on the door on the inside. But I will take up the same room and just sleep in the corner like on top of Haku. Like Haku's going to curl up like a beanbag, like a big old beanbag. And I'll sleep on top of him.
He probably enjoys it since he wants the heat, being a lizard.
Yeah, it can be cold-blooded
Right.
Yeah. Love it.
from whatever plane he's
Perfect.
natively from. Yes, you do, and surprisingly, you both get a full night's rest. Long rest. You're, I think, both at like full hit points. So
Currently, but I get my spells back, right?
you get your spells back and such. With that, you awake in the morning. Mission's still there.
See, I told you it'd be fine staying here.
I mean, technically, yes, you were right in the end.
And you did
Wasn't-
exactly what you like to do. Dig graves, put people in them.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really like to do it, but it seemed appropriate today. But I do kind of look like putting people in graves, if I do admit.
Trying to move you guys back up.
I am up.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to move me back up. I think I left my guy down there.
I think I got them both up now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, package won't deliver itself, so.
Oh, we should.
Well, no.
We should get going. Let's head out.
All right. you begin to leave and get ready to head out. Get my spooky vibes on. As you step outside, you know that it's morning from how long it's been. But as you step outside, it's still dark. You look up, the sky is a deep crimson red. The sun is blotted out in a black abyss where it once was. All the dark feelings that you had felt before return, but even more immense, and you just feel an overwhelming sense of dread and fear. And suddenly, almost as if someone was behind leaning into your ear, you just hear the words, "Well, this will be fun." And that, my friends, is the conclusion to The Abandoned One.
Oh no. Ah, we died anyway. I
Did
don't
we
know.
die?
I mean,
Who knows?
we definitely see, like, was the sun like this before?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Or did we unleash the evil? Because he
And
wanted us to avenge him. And you're
I
like,
mean-
no, fuck you, you're already dead.
With that, yeah, thanks everybody for joining us.
Yes.
I had a lot of fun. I hope these guys did. I hope you
That's what we
did.
do.
Shout out to everybody in our chat this time.
Yes.
And anybody watching afterwards, just thanks. Like, honestly, you guys are awesome. Thanks for joining us and thanks for supporting us. It's been a fun episode. For friends like spooky things, I think this was spooky on my end at least. So
It was very spooky.
Yep.
I
Everybody-
loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it.
recommend to people. Join our Discord. It's a link in the description, I imagine. That
we'll-
or on the YouTube page. I think our regular schedule is going to be a little bit odd in November, so we will hopefully make an
Yes.
announcement in the Discord as to what exactly is going on to an extent. But I think we're going to be on a hiatus, I think.
It's uncertain at this point in time due to changing of weekends and
And
my
people
schedule, and then
Yeah,
holidays coming up.
yeah, I have a LARP weekend that'll be away for 1 week on. Shout out to any of my LARP buddies here. I know at least some of you said you were interested in coming to watch. So shout out to any of you guys from Harmonia. Yeah, so it's gonna be, our schedule will be weird this month. We'll probably let you know. But unless you guys have anything else to say or add,
Awesome job. Thank you
Yeah,
for running the
Job.
session.
It was great. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
everybody that tuned in, and
yeah,
happy Halloween.
yeah. For the love of crits, like and subscribe.